sure you're all curious as to what the four-letter word that I'm talking about is. The four-letter word that I'm talking about and that I'd like to eliminate today is diet. Ooh, just some of the looks on your faces. It's going to be a fun topic. So can I have a show of hands here of who has ever been on a diet? And let's take a look around. Do I see anybody? Nope. Everybody here. All right. Amanda, you in the back? Diet?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding?
We've all been there. So I'm also excited to tell you about why I, as a dietitian, of all people, would discourage the use of the word diet. You're probably thinking, isn't that what I do for a living? Don't I just drink wheatgrass juice all day and eat carrots and tell people what to eat all day? But no, hopefully today I will help change the way you think, and I'll talk about why I want to discourage, why diets don't work. If diets don't work, then what does? And lastly, how to put these tips and tricks into your everyday life and make them part of your healthy lifestyle. So let me begin by telling you breaking all barriers and telling you why diets don't work, if you haven't discovered that already. Diets don't work simply because of one factor. Diets eliminate food groups. Take any of the diets you've ever been on, and they probably eliminate something anywhere from protein, carbohydrates, even fruits and vegetables. Take, for example, one of the newest trends in diet and fitness is the paleo diet. If you've heard of CrossFit or you've been to a CrossFit gym, it's just a type of cross-training. They highly encourage all participants to go on a paleo diet. If you're not familiar with paleo diet, it discourages the consumption of all carbohydrates. This being anywhere from a piece of whole wheat bread to a healthy sweet potato or a bowl of white enriched pasta. I don't know about you, but when I don't have carbohydrates all day long, I get pretty cranky. It's not pretty exciting. So the point being here is that any lifestyle change, any approach to your nutrition and fitness that asks you to eliminate something isn't going to be effective. What it is going to do is, as you know, provide you with a quick weight loss. You may be happy for about a week, you're on a high, you're like, this is fantastic, and the next week you're back to square one. So we're all getting ready for our summer vacations, we're excited, we're going to Vegas, we're on a no carbohydrate diet for 3 weeks, and then we get there and 3 days later we're at the buffet and we're back to square one when we get home. So if diets don't work, Jaren, tell me what I can do. What simply is going to be effective in helping you get to your goal is recognizing that we need to change the way we think. Easier said than done. Jaren, if I knew there was going to be donuts in the break room at 11 a.m. when I haven't had breakfast and all I've had is coffee, it would be easy, right? So how do I change this? Simply how you change this is recognizing that we are creatures of habit. Knowing that when we consciously know that there are donuts in the break room every day at 11 o'clock, we need to provide an alternate route. For example, you could get your coffee elsewhere. Go downstairs, take the stairs and go get a walk and get some nice oxygen to your brain. Or take some extra time out of your night the night before, pack a healthy snack, and go have a conversation with a coworker. So those are some solutions. Another example would be if you're having a hard time getting physical activity into your everyday life. You're getting off of work, it's 6 or 7 o'clock at night, you're tired, you want to go home and see your family. I'm not going to the gym today. You could also try incorporating a routine at home in the morning before you go to work, or using a physical cue, such as placing a gym bag in the passenger seat of your car, so that when you get into the car after work, you get that physical message that is going to encourage you to get that physical activity. So these ideas probably seem to you relatively simple. I'm sure it's just putting them into practice and having the ability to maintain them. That's the trick, and that's usually where we fall short. So let me tell you how you're going to do that. We need to realize that each one of us is inherently different, and each one of us is unique, and that goes for our approach to nutrition and fitness. When we're thinking about health and wellness, we need to realize that no plan is going to be alike, because none of us is alike. Each of us has different goals, each of us has different strengths, and each of us has different weaknesses. So some of us, for example, may be very type A. no names. Some of us like quantitative measurements. Can this be, waist, height to weight ratios, taking your weights every week, having a specific diet plan or fitness plan. And we like that. We like that consistency. Every week we're checking in. It's motivating to us. So that's one option. I also have clients that are very type B, and they really just want to change the way they look and the way they feel. And so they go by the way their clothes fit. They go by the way they feel in the morning. They go by how their partners or how their family and friends are perceiving them when they're making these lifestyle changes. So once we recognize that each of us is different, then we'll have a better approach to health and wellness. And this, next question is probably, so how do I identify what type I am? Well, you probably know that already. You probably had trial and error. Unfortunately, it is that kind of routine. I suggest to you trying something for 2 to 3 weeks and then trying something different. It's just about finding what works for you and what ultimately is going to be realistic and what is something you're going to stick to. If you know who you are and you know what you're about, and most of us know what's going to be effective, what's not going to be effective, don't set goals that are going to be unrealistic. Set something that you know you can stick to and that you know is going to be effective. So, hopefully the gist of what I've explained to you today is obviously why I discourage the use of the word diet and why they don't work. If diets don't work, what does? And lastly, how to put these tips and tools into your everyday practice and making them effective for you and beneficial for your health. My challenge to you is to say no to the yo-yo diets, whether it be Slim Fast 3 times a day, I want to eat real food all day, saying no to lean cuisine 3 times a day, frozen meals, and saying yes to nourishing your body with whole foods, and saying yes to making a positive impact on your health. Back to you, Toastmasters.